Hello and welcome. In this video we are going to attempt to build Synthia. This is a little synth kit that you can build yourself and code yourself. So let's see what's in the box. I haven't opened this yet, I've only took the plastic off. Okay, so we've got the creator's booklet. What's in the box? Okay, a bit of information about Ringo, some of the other ones that you can buy. They're telling you about with a link to where you can get the guides from. That's a good thing, that is, because on some of the earlier models there was no clear instructions to where you could get the build information. So that's a good improvement. Okie dokie. A couple of pieces of perspex. Main printed circuit board, which has got a Wi-Fi receiver on here, various ICs. The LEDs are all mounted down there, so it looks like all the surface mount stuff's been done for you previously. So that's the back of the board. Various bits of text on there, some nice solder pads. That's the front. Wi-Fi module. Various little ICs. A load of LEDs here, by the looks of it. USB 3 power jack. Obviously we're going to put buttons here, slot hiders here, I'll say a headphone out there. And I'll just leave you to have a look at that for a moment. Knobs, speakers, potentiometers, USB 3 lead, USB 3 to standard USB 2 style. Okay, I haven't got any instructions for this, so let's see if it makes any sense. Some of this, some of the circuit mesh stuff makes a lot of sense without you having the instructions. Some of it you sit there and you scratch your head. This one, I think, by the looks of it, is going to make sense electrically. So we've got a couple of sliders. They are only going in one place. There's no two ways about where they're going. Okay, headphone jack at the top here, again no two ways about where that's going. I'm going to just flip that over now and we'll solder them on before we go any further. There we go. I'm just going to put something under there so that's held in place. Okay. Just turn my temperature of my soldering iron up a bit. you want to know, I'm soldering this at 350 degrees centigrade. Okay, I'm just lifting that up so I can take a look at the soldering myself. Okay, so we've got here these ones that went to the potentiometers. There's 3 on each. None of the metalwork is soldered. Still not happy with the temperature of this. Let's take it up to 400. I'm using a new soldering iron. My trusty Weller gave up, so I've had to buy another one. And I'm just getting my head around this iron. Oh, that's better. Okay, that's 400 degrees C. That's soldering much better. Nice flow. Okay, there we go. So where does the speaker jack go? There it goes. Just there, look. I'm going to have to check for some instructions on that one. I'm not going to attempt to solder that on. So obviously these are going to be buttons. Again, this is very much one thing. I'm going to just back you out because of focus. So I'm going to clip the buttons in place. So far we've not used any instructions. Everything so far has been pretty much self-explanatory. So we'll go ahead and solder each of these on. Again, as I've said before with these Circutmess boards, they solder beautifully. Okay, there we go. Let's put the potentiometers on next. Sorry, I'm taking this out of shot, aren't I? Okie dokie. So that doesn't want to solder. The large tags are arguing with me. Give me a second. So I've just put my iron up to 450, which is full. The full temperature this will do. Let's see if we can dump some heat into these a little bit better. Oh yeah, there we go. Just needed some extra heat. issue. Okay, let's have a look at this speaker connector. I'm horrible to you, aren't I? Crackling this by the microphone. That plugs into there. There's a plus and minus on it. There we go. I'm going to take a guess, as that has got some glue on it. It's either going to glue onto there or it's going to glue onto the back, whichever way you look at it. I'm just going to have a look and see if I can get any sense from anything. Okay, look, here's the picture of the Synthia in use. The speaker is on the back, which would indicate that the connector needs to go on the rear. So there we go, put that on there. And then we have two very tiny little solder joints here. But you know what, they've just gone on really nice, no problems at all. Well, I think the next thing we need to do with this is to find ourselves a bit of power and power it up. I'm going to power it up like this, and I will jack you in if you give me a minute. So here we go, line out, going into the recorder, power 5 volts.
Yay! You made it! I'm Spencer. Nice to meet you. I'll guide you through Synthia's hardware test. Let's start with the buttons. Please press each of them individually. Click both of the knobs as well. I'll let you know if everything is okay on my end.
Okay, so as we're pressing these, we've got lights. These appear to be doing things.
Alright, yeah, those look alright. They'll do just fine. Lastly, we have the knobs. I'll place a dot on the matrix which you can move with the left and right knob. The right knob will move the dot vertically and the left knob horizontally. Click any button once you've tried that out.
Okay, so we've got a problem here with it not moving vertically. This is not working. I have neglected to solder these terminals here. That's why we're having problems with this, because I didn't realise that it was a button and a twist. I only soldered the ones for the twisting. So let's just rectify that and we'll go through the test again. Okay.
Yay! You made it! I'm Spencer. Nice to meet you. I'll guide you through Synthia's hardware test. Let's start with the buttons. Please press each of them individually. Click both of the knobs as well. I'll let you know if everything is okay on my end.
So all the lights come on. Click, click.
Alright, that registers. Next up are the sliders. Move both of them all the way up and then all the way down so I can see if they work okay.
There we go, look.
Press any of the buttons to let me know you're done.
So that works.
Yeah, those look alright. They'll do just fine. Lastly, we have the knobs. I'll place a dot on the matrix which you can move with the left and right knob. The right knob will move the dot vertically and the left knob horizontally.
That's working quite nicely.
Click any button once you've tried. Great! Your Synthia works perfectly. I'll now let you adjust the brightness of the LED matrix. Move the right. Alright, that's it from me. You can enter this test anytime by pressing both knobs at the same time while in the track edit mode. Hope you enjoy your Synthia. Spencer out.
Okay, so I'm not entirely sure what this does. Oh, there we go. Doing something. appears to be a tempo. Well, okay, that's doing something. Okay, I'll press the button on the side. Oh, that appears to have turned. Oh, I don't know what I've done. Well, from what I can see, it's working. So I think what we need to do is put it back together and probably maybe read the instructions, and then we can have a look how it works. But as you can hear, that seems to be a tempo. That's a volume. Right, let's put it back together. Let's see if we can assemble the perspex on it, the sliders on it, and get it into a single piece. Well, I'm sorry about that. I put these feet onto here and started to assemble this and forgot to press the record button. So all I've done, I've took the plastic off. There were some little recesses here. You can just see I've just put them in. So I'll show you with these three here how these are being assembled. Bolt through and put the spacer on. Just hold it with your fingers and just tighten it up. Don't do that. Don't start singing. You'll get very veroed. Okay, so now it appears that there is some slight variation in the hole spacing. Yes, there is. There we go. Look. Put this all through here. Okay, so the wiring here for the speaker's pushing me back, so I'm just going to push that. I'll tell you what, I think there's a couple of millimetres to be had here on this plug. I'll be back. Okay, I've just given that all the clearance I can give it. Put this back on the right way around. It's still pushing down on that plug. And I thought we got through this clear. So, yeah. Let's take this wiring out. Ideally, it could have done with a 45-degree plug. Like that, and that would have kept the wiring out the way. But, we don't have. So why is tough? Well, it's not that tough. Problem is, you can't go gun-ho at it. Okay. Let's let you in a bit closer. So what I've just done, just tin the end of those. Now I know that this says plus, minus, whatever. It doesn't actually make any difference at all, because there's only one speaker. If there was two speakers, it would be important. The other thing as well is, you know, there's the whole, oh, it did work. Yes, it did work, but it was putting a lot of stress on the back, which will ultimately lead to a point of failure. Okay, there we go. Just soldered them onto there. And we'll just give that a quick test, just to make sure it makes a noise. Here we go. So we'll put the back on this now. It only goes on one way. There we go. And now that we modified that speaker connector, it's not pushing the back off anymore. So now this next layer, we're going to put these screwed onto here, look. So they'll screw on to the protruding edge of the screw below. Same at the top here. I'm very impressed how self-explanatory this particular build is. It makes a lot of sense to assemble. Obviously, those of you out there might want to watch a video on assembling it, or get the instructions. Okay, so there we go, they're all nipped up. Next up is the front. Again, we'll take this plastic stuff off. It's just there to protect the plastic during shipping. And when I do this one, I will try not to rattle it against the radio mic for you, because it doesn't sound very nice. There we go. And then the screws will just go in from the top. Okay, knobs. 1, 2, a couple of sliders. Okay, why don't they want to go onto there? Okay, it looks like the sliders don't match the knobs. I'm going to just readjust you and I'll show you. Okay, look, on the back of the knobs it's just an oblong hole. The sliders have got a ridge on the side of them and they just don't fit. So we've got another Circutmess. What's it? Oh, I'm kind of a little upset about that, because so far, other than that speaker terminal, this was going together so well. So yeah, it's not the end of the world. You can work it, but it's a little bit of a letdown, you know. Again, these kits are not cheap, but let's plug it in and have a little play and see if we can get it to do anything. Let's see if we can make some music. There we go. So what I've discovered, this button here moves this bar along here, so we can go programming. This one will give us a symbol. This is a clap, so symbol. Okay, and now we press and hold the left. Okay, so that is what we made. I worked out if I turn it off and back on again, it will wipe it. So we could go for something a little bit more traditional as far as the beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we could go for turn them off. So crash, no, yeah, ting, ting, crash, ting, ting, crash, ting, ting. And then if we'd wanted, we could put a clap on the offbeat, and we see how that sounds. press and hold that. Yeah, we don't want to do that. Let's go back to these, and we could take the claps off because I think the claps are not helping. So, and you can put you can load your own samples and stuff into this, so obviously there's a bit of software and stuff, but you know, this is giving you a bit of an idea of what you can do with it. Well, I hope you've enjoyed watching this. Generally on the whole, this is a pretty good build. Been pretty impressed with it as far as how it goes together, other than the knobs not fitting the sliders, and of course the battery terminal being sticking up rather than being on its side. Sorry, the speaker terminal. It's great, it grips the floor nice, and even though it's quite small, it's still quite a reasonable size to use. So, well, thank you for watching this. I hope you've enjoyed this. These Circutmess things are actually really fun to build, and you know, they're really quite fun to play with as well. So hopefully they'll get over their niggles and their little problems that they're having, and go back to listening to customer feedback. Well, thank you for this, and have a good day. Bye bye.